Welcome to Bad Food Blog, and what I'm doing today is I'm making a pasta dish. So I'm using these pasta that are shaped like little bow ties. There's a name for those, but I've covered up this. I think it begins with F. Yeah, anyway. And yeah, I'm using some leftover. There we go, leftover bolognese sauce, and that's all going to go into basically a bottom of a tray. That's going to go on top. Cheese sauce is going to go on top, and on top of that's going to come cheese. Oops, back later. So here we are. We're at the stage where I've cooked the pasta. The oven's on, getting warm, and what I need to do is put this in. No, put this in. Put one of these mushroom soups on top. I'm leaning more towards the non-condensed one. That one, to be honest. And there we go. The mushroom soup on top, and then a ton of grated cheese. So let's start. Sorry about this. I'm using the smaller camera, so I've got to kind of get it into position. That's where the magic's going to happen. Well, you know, there, kind of. So here we have leftover bolognese, which smells yummy delicious. That's going in the bottom, because this is kind of like a lasagna, but with a mushroom sauce instead of a cheesy sauce thingy, bechamel sauce thing. So there we go. That's gone in the bottom. I'm going to season it, because I did have feedback that it was not great seasoning when it was done, so it's going to get a sprinkle of a little bit of extra salt and a little bit more. So yesterday when I cooked it, it didn't take too much pepper and salt in it, but I really do prefer people to season the food themselves. And now I'm just going to use my hands for this bit. Just going to put these on top. Now I don't want to dump them all down in one go. I'm sprinkling them on. I've also let them cool down so they don't overcook. It's kind of where they're sticking together a little bit. But if this is going to work the way I want it to, that mushroom soup then is going to go on top of that, and then a nice load of grated cheese is going to go on top of that, and then it's going to go in the oven. So what you got here is like a really lazy version of some kind of lasagna, basically. Like really lazy. We're talking immensely lazy. There we go. Camera wasn't straight. See, this is kind of making an entire layer of lasagna, of pasta, sorry, to sort of act as the go-between. Trouble is, with this amount of layering in it and heating this sauce up to something acceptable, it's not just talking about 20 minutes to get the cheese melted. This is going to have to go in for a good 40 minutes, or at least 30 minutes at least, to get it fully cooked. But yeah, I think this is working out pretty well. The reason I chose the bow tie pasta was it lays flat. Let's get it squished down. And obviously if you want something to lay flat, best that it's not little tubes or something, isn't it? So that worked out quite well. Let's wash my hands quick, all covered in pasta. Nice. Now, let's rinse off this little spatula. It doesn't need to be 100% clean. And at the end of the day, this is all going to mix together as soon as it starts boiling. Just I'm going to use it to spread this stuff around. Ooh, this looks yummy. See, there's the cream of mushroom soup on the top. Let's spread that all in. Some nice white sauce. Let's get those bits of pasta inside. There we go. Nice. I start thinking, that's it, right? No, 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 no. Now I need to grate a load of cheese and sprinkle that on top. See, it's looking pretty cool so far. And somewhere in here I have a half-used thing of cheese. Cheese. This is the cheese I'm going to be using. Some medium British cheddar. I would normally use the mature, but for some reason this is what we have. And I'm probably going to use most of this. But I'm just going to grate that and we'll be back when I've grated it. So here we are. I've got a lot of grated cheese done. Let's get it on there. Ooh, making a nice healthy layer on top. You can't go wrong with cheese. You can add too much and it turns into a giant lake of fat. So I'm trying to avoid that. And I don't know what density that is, but I've done it to lasagna and I've done it to pizza before. You have to be very careful, especially when you're using English cheeses as opposed to mozzarella or something. They contain a lot more fat and you can end up on the very wrong side of the cheese equation with a lake of bubbling fat instead of cooking food, and it doesn't brown for ages. And when it does, it doesn't do a very good job. This is 2 meals for 3 people, so I don't really mind adding a bit of extra cheese here, especially because the cheese is going to help seal in some of the sauce and keep it slightly nicer. There we go. That's a lot, but it's not too much. Certainly doesn't look like those things you buy from the supermarket where they've got like a tiny sprinkling of cheese and you just look at it and go, the picture shows a nice crusty load of cheese. You don't ever get that. Okay, that looks great. Right, time for it to go in the oven. Oop. Always think about this. Open the oven door before you approach it with an extremely heavy tray. Or walk into everything. There we go. We'll come and see what that looks like in 30 minutes. Oh, and the temperature is too high. It needs to be 160. 180 is too high for that. Okay. It's ready. I'm just going to get it out of the oven. Why is there a screwdriver in that? My bad. I broke something and was trying to fix it. So here it comes. It is lightly golden brown. It is amazing and it looks wonderful. Look at that. Now it's never going to go completely crispy on top. I had to turn the heat up to 180 for the last 5 minutes just to brown off the last of the cheese, because there's a lot of white sauce and pasta under there and it's not going to go like a pizza. It's never going to do that. It's more like a lasagna. You need to wait for it to cool down a bit. Because it's been in the oven for 40 minutes, it's going to be very, very, very aggressive, and I don't want to cut into it and have juices squirt out or steam explode from it, especially with that amount of cheese on top there. Doesn't it look wonderful? Smells amazing. And I'm going to serve this one on plates as opposed to in bowls, because this one's more like a lasagna. It's going to have some structure to it. And I can't fit 3 plates on here with this giant thing, can I? Right, so what I'm going to need is a knife to cut into it and something to put it on the plate. It's stopped bubbling, so it's calmed down enough that I'm not worried about it being over too hot. And it's not really like lasagna, it doesn't need too much cutting. It's just I want to keep the structure for presentation on the plate. So the reason I'm cutting is just to make sure that it's going to come up in nice little... There we go. Might use the knife to guide it onto the plate here. Let's get the plate as close as possible. Oh, perfect. Yep. Oh, there's still a little bit of sauce to go down there. And let's get the other one, put that on the plate as well. That's exactly how I wanted to present it. Perfect. There, wanted to present it like a lasagna. There we go. Doesn't that look amazing? Wow. Let's do the next one. See, if I didn't cut this top layer, as you can see it's already falling to pieces, I wouldn't be able to present it nicely, and I think it's going to fail on this one. I don't think I'm going to be able to get this one out looking as nice as the last one. Oh yes, I did manage it. Good, 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 good. Not quite as nice as the last one, but still looking pretty good. Alright, there we go. Come get your food. Now I need to do a mini one for Max. There we go. This is a mini one. Oh, and grab that cheesy bit, keep it on the top. There we are. And there we go. That was a mini one, there's still some left over. Right, that's my wife's one, which is the nicest presented, and everybody needs a fork, and I'll try some quickly on camera before saying bye-bye to them. So let's zoom up a little bit so you can see me eating it, and let's fork for Max, and let's try some. Let's try and get a bit with all 3 layers in. Guess what? Shockingly tastes like lasagna, but a mushroomy like lasagna. Nice and cheesy. Pretty good. Wow, that's great. I'm going to go away and eat. Thanks for watching. Please like and share the video. And this has been Lazy Lasagna, which I think is the laziest way to make lasagna I have ever come up with. Thanks for watching. Please rate, comment and subscribe.